pace in this final, and here you might see Burgoyne Jr. overtaken once again. The 52 of James Pashley, fastest lap of the race, now gets another position.
Pashley now up into 6th position, and this has been his best performance. He moved out of TKM Extreme at the end of 2021. Last year, it was a bit of a culture shock, I have to say, for James Pashley. So, welcome to Shenington Kart Racing Club. They've been racing here since 1960, but it's the heroes of 2023 going out now. It's Senior X30, the final, up next. Pole position for Senior X30 goes the Crop Promotions car of Khali, Atkins. And it's Marcus Littlewood, Caden McQueen, Harry Burgoyne Jr. on row 2, row 3, championship leader Gus Lawrence and Josh Agambar.
Row 4, Luke Taylor and Sam Shaw. Then it's Jack Nettleship and Louis Johnson-Cool running up the top 10. Then on row 6, Alistair Cresswell and Michael Rapley.
Row number 7, Ewan Thomas, Harry Ewell. Row 8, William Smith, Leon Frost. Row 9, James Pashley, and top gear for the rear, Scotland's Alex Duncan for Argenti Motorsport. Now, on the live chat, I spoke to Khali Atkins. Oh dear, his mum was commenting a lot, and we're off and racing. Oh dear, you're going to be cheering now because we are into turn number 1, and Atkins, your boy, has got the race lead. Can he make it stick? He's got Caden McQueen, his teammate, right behind him with Gus Lawrence, a white nose cone on that number 1 plate kart. Moving into 3rd position. We saw Gus Lawrence defending 3rd place, trying to get 3rd place. He's got 5th on the grid, up into 3rd position. That is why he would say, I'm happy with 5th. You know, it's on the inside row of the grid as the drivers head down Hanger Straight into Hanger Corner for the first time. It is the number 7 kart of Khali Atkins. Caden McQueen on the outside of row number 1. It's Caden McQueen starting on the inside of row number 2. Marcus Littlewood, who started on the outside of row number 1, is down into 5th position now with the Jade Racing team. So, Atkins, career stats, 1 win and a 3rd place finish. But Gus Lawrence making the move into P2. Can Khali Atkins now hold on to the race lead? He's still got 13 minutes and 50 seconds to do it.
Yeah, I was going to say that's exactly what Khali Atkins wants to see, the drivers behind him battling, but is it a little bit too early for him to try and make a gap?
Oh yes, well, not too early to make a gap. It's a lot too early to start thinking about this is looking good. All I got to do is cruise round and win the race.
No, that's not going to happen. If they continue to battle like this behind them, though, it might. 68, Harry Burgoyne Jr. tries to defend the position, but can't. Marcus Littlewood squeezes his way through.
So, looking back at the stats, last year it was Harry Platten, Thomas Fleming and Marcus Littlewood, the top 3. In 2021, Alessandro Serenetti for Strawberry Racing beat Clayton Ravenscroft and Lewis Mackey. In 2020, we didn't come here for the X30 classes, and in 2019, the first year, two rounds at Shenington, Mark Kimber and Danny Curl, the eventual champion that year, won the 2 finals. So that's a little bit of a statistical update for you. In terms of overall wins, the Crop Promotions team, who currently lead this race, well, they've won 3 Senior X30 finals. The Jade Racing team with 8 wins, still the most successful team in this class. And Danny Curl, with all 8 of those wins to his name, is the most successful driver in this class.
Impressive stuff.
Well, there we go. That's what the old school books are for. It's just on a side anorak, really. That's the problem. But Atkins, he can't relax yet.
No, he can't. He's holding the gap really nicely, though. No matter the fact that he's the only one pushing his way through the air at the moment. He's got Gus Lawrence and Caden McQueen behind, working together still, but he's holding the gap nicely for the moment. Sam Shaw's just set the fastest lap of the race as well. He's very much within that secondary pack. Of course, we saw in their pre-final, Sam Shaw got in a bit of a kerfuffle, hit that barrier on the outside of Stratford, and then just wasn't really there on the pace after that, but he seems to be back on it in this one.
Yes, indeed. And oh dear, Atkins has already been on the live chat. I know Khali said to calm down, but no, don't calm down. You keep dancing. Keep dancing and cheering. But Gus Lawrence, at the moment, closing in. Lawrence, can we call Gus a crafty veteran nowadays? you know, he's been in this sport a long time, and he has been a nationally ranked driver for a long time. Oh, there's a move. That was Sam Shaw diving up inside, we just saw the tail end of. Marcus Littlewood up to 4th place, and now making his move for P3, gets it done.
That was exactly the same place where he overtook Harry Burgoyne Jr. as well, so clearly liking a move there into that first left-hander.
Now, out onto Stratford corner we go. Atkins, again, yes, he's not defending, he's not looking over his shoulder, but again, 11 minutes to go, he'll sense, you know, when Gus Lawrence starts closing in, if Gus Lawrence starts closing in through the Bruno chicane. There is the battle for second place. Lawrence, Littlewood and McQueen. Behind them, a gap to Burgoyne Jr. running in 5th. Shaw is 6th, his premium teammate. Luke Taylor, a very impressive 7th. Then it's Nettleship, Agambar, Pashley, your top 10. Johnson, Cool, Rapsy, Duncan, Thomas, Cresswell, Ewell and Smith. I'm not sure if they allowed Leon Frost. No, he wasn't allowed to take the start because the meeting has been declared dry. If it was declared open, then he could go out on wet tyres. Because it's still dry, he's not allowed to use his wet tyres.
That's so gutting. A little mistake like that, and can't even compete in the final.
Well, you know, again, it's the same thing. You spent 7 months out of the paddock because he's been in school doing his exams, and again, just tiny little things that you forget, you know. But it's happened before the season. Sam Ward, it had happened in Kimbolton, you know. Just a slight error, just forgetful. The mechanics are so stressed, you know, things have gone wrong with the car, broke with the car. Changed for second place, though.
It's going to be, again, at the first corner down the inside goes Marcus Littlewood, and you could see on the last lap, tried the same thing, just wasn't quite close enough, but you saw him set it up through the final Wilkins corner there, getting that wide line to cut it back, get a good exit, and make sure he had the run down to the first corner to get the inside line, and he did just that, up into second place now, and I do think from the pace he's been showing in this race so far, he is the best driver at the moment anyway, to be leading that train of 3, pushing them forward towards Khali Atkins.
Yeah, so of course Gus Lawrence is riding a 3-race win streak at the moment. He won the last round of 2022, the first 2 rounds in 2023, so we can't count him out yet, but there's only 17, 18 karts in the class, so points are, it's harder to lose an advantage because the worst you can finish is 18th. It's not like Junior X30, but the worst you can finish is not even in the final. So Lawrence is now calculating points. He's finishing every race, and he's just managing that championship lead because Khali Atkins failed to finish at Glen, of course. So did Caden McQueen. Marcus Littlewood comes into this round 5th in the championship. The driver running P2 in the championship, Harry Burgoyne Jr., he's behind Lawrence on the track. So Gus Lawrence is fine. You know what? Some of the other drivers have had retirements and have lost lots of points. I don't mind finishing 1 or 2 places behind them. It's the drivers in 2nd and 3rd. Sam Shaw in 3rd in the championship. Khali Atkins is still 4th in the championship. They're the ones that, you know, I'm going to be more mindful of.
No, for sure. Lots of people to watch out for in this one, and as you say, it all becomes very tactical, doesn't it? Especially when you're fighting for a championship. There's so much to think about. You're not just thinking about the race that's going on at that exact moment, the moves you're trying to do at that exact moment. You're thinking of the wider picture as well and trying to think of, right, if this person's here, I only need to really do this. I don't need to fight for this move, X, Y, Z. So, impressive heads-up racing there from Gus Lawrence. And he stays there in 3rd position, still with Caden McQueen behind, Marcus Littlewood ahead. And that gap now just below 0.7 of a second between Khali Atkins in the lead and Marcus Littlewood in 2nd place. We just ticked below 8 minutes on the clock as they start a new lap of the race, but it does look like Littlewood continuing to ever so slightly every lap close that gap on Khali Atkins.
Fast lap of the race, James Pashley having a good run up into 8th position in the number 52 kart for the Jade Racing team. Now we are approaching half distance, and I think the wonders of modern technology and the efforts of Ian Rogers at motorsport-timing.co.uk, we can give you the current championship positions for your viewing delectation. Live championship positions. There's what?
Good try, Henry.
It's so close, you can't separate any of them. How's that for a recovery? There's a recovery. Burgoyne Jr. now holding off the number 6 kart of Sam Shaw. So far, the driver that has impressed me so much this weekend is Luke Taylor. Pashley in 8th is having a good run. Taylor, the second of those sort of turquoise, blue and white premium karting entries. That is, that is Luke Taylor. Hasn't been in the top 10 all year, 22nd in the point standing, so he missed a round. I think he did do the opening round, I can't quite remember. He's missed one of the 2 rounds. But again, he is driving very sensibly, very, very well within the means. He just loses out there James Pashley, although James Pashley knows this circuit like the back of his hand. He's local to the track and, heads down that the driver with the purple crash helmet and the sort of the silver stars on it. That's James Pashley. Behind Taylor now is Josh Agambar in the number 18 premium karting entry. Then it's Jack Nettleship in the number 75 MDL motorsport machine. And Louis Johnson Cool. Now, I'm going to summon the power of the disembodied voice in my head who tells me that we do have some live championship standings to give you. So, as things stand, with championship leader Gus Lawrence running in 3rd position, he has a 46.56. That is a 27-point advantage over Khali Atkins. Khali Atkins up into 2nd in the championship, just in front of Harry Burgoyne Jr. You can see the little green and symbol. So Burgoyne Jr. started the day 2nd. He's now dropped to 3rd. Marcus Littlewood is up into 4th place and has pushed Sam Shaw back to 5th. Ooh, there we go. Thank you very much. So Lawrence managing a 27-point championship lead at the moment over Khali Atkins. So, 27 points. That's not a lot, but it's enough for Lawrence to sort of start being as tactical as possible.
Indeed, yeah, super close still in the championship, as you say. Gus Lawrence getting a nice little lead, but nothing crazy. We did see on the cameras there Sam Shaw taking the place away from Harry Burgoyne Jr. there, up into 5th place for Sam Shaw, still showing he's got good pace in this final. And here you might see Burgoyne Jr. overtaken once again. Yeah. The 52 of James Pashley, fastest lap of the race, now gets another position. Yeah,
Pashley now up into 6th position, and this has been his best performance. He moved out of TKM Extreme at the end of 2021. Last year, it was a bit of a culture shock, I have to say, for James Pashley. So he's stuck with it, and he's now, the fruits of his labour are beginning to, blossom, shall we say.
Indeed. Well, he's clearly showing that in this one, isn't he? Flying down the road, and now looking at the rear bumper of Sam Shaw. Both drivers have been moving nicely through the pack in this race. We'll definitely keep an eye on them, but of course with these longer finals, what we're going to have to get used to this afternoon, we've still got over 4 minutes left on the clock as we still watch this battle over 5th position.
James Pashley looks like he's sizing up Sam Shaw for a top 5. Here we go. Pashley to the inside and put James Pashley, the Jade Racing team, up into 5th position. Number 6, Sam Shaw drops to P6. Burgoyne 7th, and Agambar is right there in 8th position as well. You're not missing anything at the front. Khali Atkins still leads Marcus Littlewood by 0.6 of a second, although Marcus Littlewood last time around a 42.19, Khali Atkins a 42.35. The gap 0.5 of a second now.
Yeah, all the drivers in this so ridiculously close on pace. On the fastest laps, there's not a single driver that's not in the 42s.
Yes.
That's just absolutely ridiculous.
But Littlewood has the bit between the teeth.
He is.
Yes, this is a quicker lap. Through sector number 1, Littlewood was... Oh, that's an old shop. Huh?
I remember that.
Littlewood is 200ths quicker through sector number 1. Through sector number 2, Atkins gets that 200ths back. Overall, the gap still closes. No, he doesn't. Actually, Littlewood's another 200ths quicker through sector number 2. And the gap is down to 0.4 of a second. Marcus Littlewood, there is no better motivation for a driver than to see the race leader just getting a little bit closer. Now what Marcus Littlewood has to do, he has to just get into the slipstream. And I think within the next lap or two, we're going to see Littlewood into the slipstream, and we're going to see Khali Atkins have to start defending. There's the first look over the shoulder from Khali Atkins. There's the first sort of sign that Atkins is now aware, okay, I've got a challenge from behind.
Just seen on the timing tower on the left that Burgoyne Jr. and Agambar have got through on Sam Shaw as well, so changed from 6th, 7th and 8th as well. I was going to say about Marcus Littlewood, you were saying about that, real motivation when you can see yourself just slowly closing in on that leader. but it's also a thing of you then got to calm your excitement as well and not be like, oh, I'm chasing him, I'm going to race it even harder, and then you end up chucking it off. You make a silly mistake or something. So it's calming those nerves, being like, cool, I'm catching him. This is fine. I've got this. Let's catch him. And then once I've caught him, we then think about getting that overtake done.
Yes, Gus Lawrence and Caden McQueen. Here's the difference. So now in the final, it's far less, even though there's more at stake, in the pre-final, and, Caden is not sort of he's pushing, trying to push Gus Lawrence. Lawrence isn't defending. This is good stuff. Now Littlewood is within 0.2 of a second. We go through Cafe Corner for the 11th time.
Yeah, Lawrence and McQueen working together nicely still because they can see Littlewood close. And Littlewood's gone for it already down the inside, and he's going to try it. No, Carl Atkins has stopped it. It was Carl Atkins on the inside. My apologies. Carl Atkins was using the defensive line. So clearly, Carly had thought about that, looked over his shoulder, seen how quickly Marcus Littlewood was closing in, and already going defensive with a minute to go.
There was a little symbol there, almost like saying hello. Is it Marcus Littlewood saying hello to Carl Atkins? But now Carl has to defend. This is going to bring Lawrence and McQueen closer to the action. Here we go. 1 minute to go. Oh, and there was a little drivers getting very, very, very close there through Cafe Corner. Under the commentary box. Out now. Hard left through Pitts Bend. Down the straight. Atkins on the anchors. Littlewood will go for the crossover, but Atkins sort of parks it on the apex. Lawrence and McQueen closing in. Lawrence and McQueen with 30 seconds to go, still working together because they see a potential win on the horizon. If Caden McQueen and Gus Lawrence start battling now, their chances of victory are over. They might, depending on what these two do, there might be an opening, an opportunity in the last 2 laps of this race. 10 seconds to go. This will be the start of the 22nd and penultimate lap. Oh, Littlewood went very deep.
My goodness, yeah, we know he loves a move there at turn number 1, doesn't he? Wasn't quite able to squeeze through and open the door there, but that little bit of time loss of both of them closes in for Gus Lawrence and Caden McQueen. This now becomes a 4-way battle as we head through the second to last lap of this race. This could all start to kick off here, but Carl Atkins, what a job he's doing out the front there, staying calm, using those defensive lines perfectly, and now I think might start to try and back Marcus Littlewood into Gus Lawrence and Caden McQueen.
Yeah, maybe that would be smart there for Carl Atkins, though, because he's not going to pull away, so back Littlewood up, make Littlewood defend, or have to modify his attack because Lawrence is within striking distance. Here we go then. 1 lap remaining. Atkins, Littlewood, Lawrence and McQueen in Senior X30. Croc Promotions, the Jade Racing Team, PF Karting and Croc again. Down towards Stratford. Watch the run that Gus Lawrence is going to get. Lawrence is going to get a good run, but Littlewood blocks.
He does indeed, yeah. I think Gus is a little bit too focused on Caden McQueen behind, to be honest. Littlewood has been able to have some free air to challenge Carl Atkins, but due to then being pressured there from Gus Lawrence into the Bruno chicane, now he's given that space to Carl Atkins, and it looks like Carl has got this in the bag. He's be able to get this last corner right. Gus Lawrence defends from Caden McQueen. They're going to have a run to the line, but it is going to be Carl Atkins as he pumps his chest, takes the checkered flag, and wins the final of Senior X30 here for event number 5 of the Wera Tools British Kart Championships here at Shenington. What a race to kick off the finals this afternoon. Marcus Littlewood and Gus Lawrence rounding out the podium. Caden McQueen just there in behind.
So, modern era British Kart Championship career win number 2 for Khali Atkins. A career best result for Marcus Littlewood. Second beats his 3rd place result here 1 year ago. And for Gus Lawrence, that is modern era British Championship podium number 12. Very impressive there. Sam Shaw, ignore the some of the graphics there are not correct. So it was Lawrence and McQueen finishing in 4th position. James Pashley, a career best Senior X30 result for him, in 5th position. Agambar comes home in 6th. 7th for Harry Burgoyne Jr., so he loses out to Khali Atkins for 2nd place. The championship, Burgoyne Jr. dropping to third. And provisionally, Gus Lawrence has a 27-point lead in the standings. Further back, Sam Shaw comes home in 9th, Jack Nettleship in 10th. Luke Taylor fades to 11th, followed by Alex Duncan. Good drive there from the Scotsman, up 6 places. Apart from James Pashley, Alex Duncan was the biggest mover in that race. Ewan Thomas comes home in 13th, Michael Rapsey 14th, Alistair Cresswell 15th, William Smith 16th, and Harry Ewell in 17th position. And but Lucy is going to be interviewing the top 3. So, oh dear, you can get your press screen record now, because Lucy down in the pits is going to be bringing us the winners, the top 3 interviews at the end of what was a very, very exciting Senior X30 final. The provisional results: Khali Atkins, Marcus Littlewood, and Gus Lawrence.
Brilliant. Thank you very much, Henry and John. I'm joined by, in part family, by Claire Atkins. So how was that race for you, mate?
Yeah, I mean, it was good at the start. Managed to build a bit of a gap, and then Marcus was closing in quite a bit and managed to get it to about 2 minutes. I knew I had to start defending, and yeah, just controlled the race from there, to be honest.
It seemed like a brilliant week. Obviously, a lot of changing conditions over the weekend. Do you feel that helped you anything?
Yeah, definitely in the wet. You know, we've always been quite good in the wet. Won all my heats yesterday, 3 seconds. The first one, 4 seconds, the other one. And then obviously it went dry today, but you know, managed to hold on.
You did a brilliant job. Is there anyone you'd like to thank at all?
Yeah, I'd like to say massive thanks to Croc Promotion. You know, best karts about. Grass as always for the motors. You know, he's always looking after me. My sponsors, Tim Blacksmith, Stella Songs, McGill's Boxing Gym. No, I couldn't have been here without them. And my dad and my mechanic, Nils.
Brilliant. It's been lovely to chat to you.
Thank you.
Brilliant. I believe we're joined by P2, Marcus Littlewood. How was that?
Difficult, but yeah, no, very satisfying. The kart was set up perfectly, so first of all I'd like to say a massive thanks to the team, Jade Racing, for putting together such a great car. That was really good, but yeah, just really tough race. I got pushed back a bit at the start, and then made my way through one by one and just couldn't quite capitalise on Khali at the end, but still really good points for the championship with like 3-second point scores this weekend, so yeah, really good.
Yeah, I believe looking at the championship standings, you've really closed in on Harry Burgoyne Jr. there. You made some brilliant moves for P3 and P2 there. Is that how you expected the race to go? Are you happy with it?
I knew like in the pre-final that we were quick, but I was a bit worried that I grained the front tyres a bit too much, but yeah, no, overall like the kart was set up perfectly and my teammate James is coming through really well, so yeah, no, so I've got the team to thank for that one, and also my sponsor Bailey MK, because without them I wouldn't be on the grid, so yeah.
Brilliant. Excellent job today.
No, thank you.
Brilliant. And then I believe somewhere we might have a Gus Lawrence. P3, congratulations. How was that for you?
Yeah, it was a tough race. I think it's the toughest race I've had all year. We've not been that competitive all weekend, really, compared to GYG and PFI. So I'm happy we finished third. It's good points. We're leading the championship, but I believe we are still. And I'm happy to end there, really.
So was this race basically just about managing the championship for you, not making any too kind of rash moves, destroying that?
Yeah, so we're halfway through the championship. We're leading. I'd regard this as the weakest track for us. Yeah, I was happy. I was happy. If that's a bad day, I'm happy with that. If that's third, that's a bad day, I'm happy. And we move on to the next one.
An excellent job. Is there anyone you'd like to thank at all?
Yeah, Paul Fletcher, because without him we wouldn't be here. My mechanic Stephen, my parents, and yeah, everyone involved really. Yeah, it's been great.
Brilliant. You had a great race today.
Yeah, thank you.
Brilliant, thanks you. And back to you guys in the commentary box.